The battlefield burned with blue fire. Drones screamed across the skies. And beneath the chaos, Captain Arlen Voss fought for his life. He ducked beneath a plasma blade and countered with a clean strike from his combat knife. Sparks flew. The alien warrior before him moved like lightning, tall, silver-skinned, her braid whipping behind her like a living serpent. The next clash came fast. He swung instinctively, and the blade cut clean through her braid. For an instant both froze. Her eyes widened. The world seemed to stop. The severed braid fell into the dirt between them, still glowing faintly with strands of bioluminescent hair. Then, to his utter shock, the alien warrior, a Vieran commander, dropped to one knee. "You've taken my braid," she whispered. "You have claimed my honor, human." Arlen blinked. "What?" No, I didn't mean." "It does not matter what you meant," she said, voice trembling between fury and reverence. "You have bound my life to yours." 1. The meaning of a braid. When the battle ended, the humans pulled back to regroup. Arlen found the alien kneeling among the ashes, her weapon laid before her. His unit wanted to take her prisoner, but she refused to move unless he commanded it. "She's not restrained," said Lieutenant Brandt. "She doesn't need to be," Arlen muttered. "Apparently I'm her, commander now?" The alien lifted her head. "Not commander," she said softly. "Bonded." Her name was Serena Varen, and as she explained to her translator drone, in her culture the braid symbolized one's life of service. Not to a master, but to their chosen path. If it was cut by another's blade, tradition bound the warrior's loyalty to that person until the debt of honor was fulfilled. "You cannot return the braid," she said. "It was taken in combat. My life belongs to your cause now." "I didn't ask for that," Arlen replied. "Nor did I ask to lose my hair," she said, a spark of dry humor flickering in her golden eyes. "Yet here we are." 2. The war between worlds. Over the next weeks, Saren followed him everywhere. Through ruined cities, through firefights and long, frozen marches across the tundra. She was there, silent, watchful, deadly. The others didn't trust her. But she never once raised her blade against a human again. She fought beside them instead. When a drone ambush nearly wiped out their squad, it was Saren who shielded Arlen with her own body, plasma scorching her armor. After the battle, he tried to thank her. She only said, "Your survival keeps my oath intact." But sometimes when the campfires burned low, he caught her staring at the stars, her hand brushing the shortened edge of her hair. "Does it hurt?" he asked one night. "Not the hair," she said quietly. "The meaning." 3. Lessons of the Vieran. During the lull between battles, Arlen began learning her language. Saren taught him the old Vieran words for courage, for loyalty, for sorrow. In turn, he taught her human idioms, between a rock and a hard place. "Don't count your ships before they launch. Hang in there." She didn't always understand, but she laughed anyway, a soft, musical sound that turned heads. "Your people fight with chaos," she told him once. "Yet somehow, that chaos protects what you love. You say that like it's a bad thing." "No," she said, looking away. "It's beautiful." The line between enemies blurred. Honor turned to friendship. And somewhere along the endless marches, something wordless and fragile began to grow. For the siege of Tyronhold. The war reached its peak at Tyronhold, a fortress carved into the side of a red mountain. The Vieran loyalists attacked without mercy. Arlen's company was pinned down, surrounded. Saren stood beside him, blood streaking her armor. "If we fall," she said, "your death will end my oath." "That's not exactly comforting," he replied. "Then live," she said, eyes fierce, "so I can keep serving what I choose, not what duty commands." When their ammunition ran out, Saren charged the enemy's front line. drawing fire away from the humans. Arlen went after her, shouting her name, dragging her back into cover as explosions shook the air. "You idiot," he said, gripping her shoulders. "You don't get to die for me." "It is not death I seek," she said through ragged breaths. "It is proof." He didn't understand until later, when the Vieran forces retreated, leaving them alive. She had done it not to obey him, but to prove that the bond between them had become something chosen, not forced. 5. The braid returned. When the war finally ended, Saren came to him at the human outpost, her new braid half-grown, shining faintly in the starlight. She held out a single strand of her regrown hair, braided around a piece of his torn combat fabric. "The bond between us is fulfilled," she said. "You gave me back my purpose. I give you this to remember." He smiled faintly. "So you're free now?" "Free." She tilted her head. "You never held me prisoner." She turned to leave, then stopped. "Among my people, when an oath is complete, one may choose to renew it, not out of duty, but out of will." "And what do you choose?" he asked quietly. She looked back, her golden eyes bright beneath the twin moons. "To stand beside you," she said, "not as bond, but as equal." 6. Epilogue. Years later, legend spoke of the human captain and the Vieran warrior who fought side by side, the ones who turned enemies into allies through honor, laughter, and courage. Some said their story ended in peace. Others said it never ended at all. But those who were there remembered the moment it began. A single stroke of a blade, a severed braid falling to the earth, and the whispered words that changed everything. "You've claimed my honor, human,